Good morning, how are you all doing? Pete here, just out on the bike, out for a morning ride. I've got a bit loaded up because I've got my drone with me, and I've also got a little cook set to do a coffee. So I'm just going to explore some of the local clay trails. Just climbed out the village and then we'll be on the clay trails shortly. We're going to go around, just have a look at a few little places for a couple of hours. Bike ride. I'm trying to get out at least 3 times a week if possible, as long as the weather permits. Excuse me. I don't care how far it is, as long as I get out 3 times a week on my bike. And try and get one longer one ride in with 2 short rides. That's the plan. Just getting the miles in really. Trying to get back into cycling. I'm going red, look, matching my jacket. I'll bring you back in a bit. So warm, mild. Took the dog out for a walk this morning and I was sweating by the time I got back. Unfortunately, from where I live, all the way out is uphill and it is quite steep. It's just a steady incline all the way. Plus this bike, my mind, is not the best gear wise. It could do another gear, I think. Stop here. You can see the sea over there. Well, you can't really see the sea, but it's over there in the distance. And we've come up from sea level, so as you can see, it's quite high. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit. So we've just come up now to the top, and we're on part of the clay trails, but this is sort of around the edge of Eden, so it's pretty decent cycle path, and we reached the top of the hill for a bit. So that's good. We're heading now towards a place called Penwithick down here. So we've got geothermal down on the left hand side, and I'll stop and show you that in a minute. A little bit of mizzle in the air. There's some mist coming in apparently at 11 o'clock, so it's ever so close, ever so warm. The time of year, it's ridiculous. There's a track that goes down over that way, but it's really a mountain bike track, to be honest. And although I'm on a sort of a hybrid sort of trail bike, it's a bit of a gnarly old track really. So I don't want to be on a proper mountain bike for that one. But we're going to go this way. I'm going to sort of making our way round on these paths and then head to Wheal Martyn way. Just nice to get out on it, fresh air, nature, all that good stuff. This is geothermal, we're just coming up to on the left hand side here now. It's been open for a couple of years, and for what everybody says, there's been no incidents or issues with it. There you are. Partly funded by the EU. Of course that doesn't happen now, we lost all that funding by leaving the European Union. I'm not going to get into politics, but I've yet to see any gains from leaving the EU. Only losses, especially down here in Cornwall, because it's quite a deprived area in Cornwall, believe it or not, although there's a lot of rich people down there, but it is a deprived area for the main population. Anyway, enough on that. Sign down there. So this is one of the entrances into Eden Project. I am jealous when I watch some of these cycling programmes though from guys up in the Midlands and north of England and stuff like that, with the amount of cycle paths and cycleways they've got. Most of the time us cyclists down here have got to sort of face the wrath of the road really. So we go down this way to Bugle and around. And this would be ideal, this would, with a gravel bike. I just haven't got it all kitted up yet with the right pedals, etc. Right, I'll bring you back. So we've just come off that little bit of clay trail, and then we've got a couple hundred metres of road, quiet lane, as in this fisheries, trout farm and fly fishery. When I used to do the old supermarket job, I used to live at that house. Nice people, nice little yard there. And we just come down around the corner here. There's a campsite actually around here on the right hand side. I haven't got a clue what it's like, whether it's good, bad or indifferent. I'll show you that when I get round here. So the campsite is just in here on the right hand side. That looks okay. Lots of, I haven't a clue what it's like. And it's camping. And then we just turn right here, and that is back down onto the clay trails. There we go, look, there's a sign up down the left hand side. To Bugle. I'll bring it back in a minute. Yeah, there's no cars allowed. The only cars that are allowed down here are the fishermen. There's some fishing lakes down here, and people who've got that yard there, and farmers I guess, but there's normally no traffic on this road. I do sneak through here on a motorcycle because it's sort of like a, but you can't get through in a car unless you've got a key, or you can get through on a motorbike just about. But it's hard packed gravel, nice cycling down here, because you can stop at some lakes on the right hand side and you can get through to the lakes. And some nice spots to sit and have a coffee in it. Just come up that trail there and we've come to this little lane. Sometimes I do go that way, but it's a steep old hill. But I don't want to go that way because I want to go to Bugle and sort of swing round in a big loop. But as you can see, it's getting quite misty already. I did forecast this, and in this area it does come in pretty quick. You see it's ever so misty now. On the clay quarries. Oh, what a nice little downhill into the back of Bugle. Big house up there on the hill. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute. It's a little hamlet called Bowling Green now. Just on the way to Bugle, we pick up the clay trail. Again down there a little way. Some nice little bungalows and cottages down there. Very quiet, peaceful. Ever since I was a young lad I've cycled, and I do enjoy it. I think it's wheels. I quite enjoy cycling, motorcycling. I obviously drive for a living, trucks and stuff. So, vans, cars, yeah. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute. So we're just sort of heading towards Bugle now. So it's like a compacted gravel track. So this will be ideal on my gravel bike. I just need to sort the pedals out and one thing or another on it, and a bag for carrying all my junk. I haven't got a rack on it yet, so I'll probably put a rack on it. Because I do tend to, don't tend to be a lightweight cyclist. I do carry shit with me. Well, I've got my camera and I like to take a drink, and then I tend to take a little stove to have a coffee. Right, I'll be back in a minute. So just rejoined the cycle path, just coming over the bridge. This is the bypass into St Austell, and we're going to continue that way. But last time we came and went down the hill. But we're going to carry on, I think, this morning to Wheal Martyn. I am getting pretty wet though, that's the only trouble. This mist and fog, it's a bit wet. Mizzle, as we call it down here. Right, speak to you in a bit. Again, it's got this compacted surface, not too bad along this part. And then I think we've got to climb, and then we drop down into Wheal Martyn basically. There's the Clay Museum there. Part of the industrial heritage. Nice woodland. Be a nice place to camp actually. Got here late, tuck yourself out the way and down there. Be ideal. Go and have a cook up down there, a little stove, got my stove on me. Might stop and have a coffee somewhere. Or should I buy one at Wheal Martyn? It's easy to buy one, isn't it? Well, I don't know about easier, but more expensive. So just stop for a minute. Just have a little investigation of this place. It's quite cool. A bit mucky, you know. No, perhaps not. It's just a bit messy in there. Been provided somewhere to sit, but it's not very nice, you know. So these are all old clay pits. Oh, I see someone's dropped a can up here. I'll just hike a bike up here. This surface is good, it's not bad. It's a bit loose though, just here. So it's a bit, and I stopped at the bottom to have a look at that shed, but I'm going to pick this can up, look. Look at that, I probably charged £2 for that, don't they? Liquid Death, mountain water from the Alps. And charge you a load of money for drinking water. We'll chuck it in the bag and take it home with me, chuck it in the bin. Put it in the next bin I see. There we go. It's easy, isn't it? Just take your shit home with you. Alright, can't get warm again now. I'm very uncycle fit at the moment. But look at the mizzle here. Look. And that hill there is not natural. That's one of the old spoil heaps. I don't actually know where I am at the moment. I don't recognise this, so I'm going to have to look on the Ordnance Survey and see where we are. So I'll speak to you in a minute. So just come down quite a steep hill. Wheal Martyn's down there. I will go and have a look there, but I won't go for coffee. I've got my own car. I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, so if I go down, I only end up eating cake. So yeah, bike's performing well. This one's Specialised Cross Trail Carbon Elite, but we ought to go. I'll put my drone in there, but I don't think I'm going to get to fly it today because it's not very nice. It's a bit wet and mizzly, so I was going to try and do a bit of filming with it. But what I'm going to do is have a little brew. So I'll bring you back in a minute when it gets sorted out. Just got the stove on, having a brew. And these are nice little spots down here. All around the clay trails, they've got benches and little places where you can stop off. Some of them are in better condition than others. This one's not bad actually, because it's out in the open. There's probably not so many people come here, but it's nice. Sorry about the noise with the stove, but it is what it is. I need a coffee. So I'll bring you back in a minute. So when I come out, I bring my little pad normally, it's just seating. If I want to go out walking, I take one of these. Brilliant they are, just to put on benches and that, because they're often wet and just somewhere to sit. Lovely places out here though. Get lost in this woodland. Like I say, I'm definitely not cycle fit at the moment. I used to cycle all the time. I used to do 11 miles each way to work, commute at least 3 times a week when I was working in the office. This was away. Used to do Audax rides as well, so I'm 65 now. Hopefully I can get a bit of fitness back. I'm just going to keep plodding away. Like I say, if I can get out 3 times a week or thereabouts, do 2 short runs even just to the shops and then 1 bit longer. I'm in no rush, so I'm not going to tear along. But yeah, try and build the cycle fitness back up. Getting used to that saddle. That's the saddle Sandy the Wiltshire man said about. And yeah, I probably didn't have, the first time I had it on here, I had to take it off near, just it crippled me. But I didn't obviously have it in the right position. I seem to have it set up about right on this bike now. If I get on right with it, okay with it, I'll put one on the gravel bike as well. So yeah, right, I think that is nearly there, boiling. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're there. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute. As I was saying, I don't like drinking my coffee out of a titanium pot or aluminium pot. I don't know why, I just don't like doing it. So what I'll do, we'll go down to the Wheal Martyn Museum. It's like it's just a museum about the clay industry, and it's well worth a visit if you're down here in Cornwall and you're in this area near St Austell and they've got a rainy day, because it's not too expensive like the Eden project, and they've got a lovely cafe. It's not massive, it's just like a cafe, nice cafe, museum, shop and stuff like that, but it's well worth a look round and pick up some of the history of the old clay working and mining in the area. Mostly the clay workings, the China clay industry, so that's what this is about. And this whole area was a major place for China clay. Right, I'm just going to drink my coffee and enjoy a bit of peace and quiet, and I'll bring you back in a little while. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. And if I can, I like to leave places better than I found them. I just picked up 2 cans and some crisp bags and stuff like that. There's a bit more, just noticed a bit more down there. So I'll pick that up. Just try and leave places better than where I find them, you know. It's probably kids, but it's just, I don't know what the point is. Why people need to leave crap everywhere. There you go, mown over. And there you are, picked it up, there it is. Put it in the bag, put it in your pocket. Once you find a bin, there's enough bins around everywhere. And I'm not adverse to picking up someone's crap up, to be honest with you. Don't understand it, why people are like that. You've got all these beautiful surroundings, beautiful places to come and enjoy. You leave rubbish. So yeah, the clay trail goes that way. It's another one. So we've been on and off the clay trails all morning. And it's this sort of nice hilly in parts. I only had to do a couple of places with a little bit hiker bike, and I went the wrong way a little while ago. But yeah, not bad. And I'm unfit at the moment, so I'm carrying a lot of weight on here. Got a drone in there and some my cooking kit and bags and other shizzle on there, so I'm not travelling light. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit. So we're on National Cycle Network 2 currently. Yeah, it's certainly got foggy and mizzly. see one of the chimney stacks over there. I still that'd be for clay drying, I would imagine. Some of them are mines around here, but a lot of them are for the old drying sheds. Old workings in there. Just coming up to Wheal Martyn now. Cornwall Village Green. Nice, they've done it nice, some nice benches and little stream down there. So just running down now to the Wheal Martyn Clay Museum, which is just down here. Quite cool, isn't it? It's all part of the old museum. The museum, they've got a shop and cafe in there. Some of the old machinery. There you go, look. I'll say if you're down this way, it's worth a visit really. I think it's very good value. It'll teach you a little bit of a China clay and the mining museum all around this area. If you go to Charlestown, that's where a lot of the clay was shipped out of, and you can sort of do the two. So you visit here, then visit Charlestown, and yeah, you get an idea. Lovely sculptures. Oh, I'll bring it back a bit. So my granddaughter likes shiny stones and gemstones and stuff, so I bought something out the shop. Yeah. Right, head off back now. Speak to you in a bit. There's one of the old clay pits down there. Look at the colour of the water. And it's often like that. It's the clay changes the colour of the water, makes it like a grey sort of. It looks nice. A lot of it's all been left to return to nature, so it's quite, you know, obviously nice that they're doing that. If you look up there, you can still see where they're still working, because just over there there's a working pit behind the museum. I just had a look how much it was. It's about, if you come with a family of 4, I think it's £42, 2 adults and 2 children, which is not too bad. Probably, yeah, I'd say it's worth it. And I think, I'm not sure if you can get free entry for the rest of the year if you buy a ticket. So if you are local, it's not so bad, is it? Most of them do that sort of thing around here. You know, you buy a ticket and you have a year's entry, free entry. Even Eden do that. Nice benches. Right, I'll bring you back a bit. So we came from down that way and across the other side, and we've just been down to Wheal Martyn, and now we're going to go that way into St Austell. So yeah, it's a couple of miles down this way, well, a mile and a half I suppose, into St Austell. I didn't see what it said on that sign. Did you see it? I didn't. This part's tarmacked. Don't get over this side very often. I've been along here before, but not for some time. Yeah, my cycling tends to be quite a slower pace, really. Well, I'm 65, aren't I? Not so I don't like going fast now and again, but most of it's a slow pace because I tend to go and visit places and have a look around. And so yeah, I keep stopping if I see something that's interesting. All this bit's downhill anyway into St Austell, so it's not so bad. I know this tarmac doesn't last for long. You do get quite a lot of dog walkers and that down. St Austell's down that way, down the valley. So dropping down the valley into St Austell, so yeah, this is easy cycling, shall we say. I think this bridge is a bit awkward on a bike, I don't know. Some of them they put like lumps, sort of steps at the start and finish of bridges. I don't know why they do that. There's a little bit of a one there. Lovely for here though, beautiful. A bit misty this morning. That's Bodmin Road down there. The road runs into, well, it's called, it goes to Bodmin, but it runs into St Austell, down just below us. I haven't a clue what this was, whether it was a road or whether it was an old railway. I'll have to look into that. It looks to me as it was some sort of railway. It might have been for the road to go to Charlestown from Wheal Martyn, which is obviously behind us. So I'm guessing it's something to do with that. Probably a railway that used to run down into St Austell, into Charlestown, I guess, to ship the clay out. I'm guessing, but I'll have to put that in the description. But this is nice after all the hills. Although I've still got a bit of hills, some hills to come up. Nothing too bad though, on the way home through St Austell. And you can sort of go through St Austell a little bit and then onto the Pentirron Trail, which links into this one. You have got to go through the town a little bit, but it's not too bad. And you can keep going, which is nice, and then all the way down to Mevagissey. And I'll do that next section probably next time. So we're just back in St Austell now, so just heading home. Just up at St Austell railway station now. Just heading home, about a mile, just over a mile to go for me. Anyway, everyone take care, thanks for watching and all that good stuff. If you like the channel, it'd be lovely if you can give us a thumbs up or like and subscribe and all that old good stuff. Take care, bye for now, peace out.